What's the craziest thing you've done in the name of love? Good guys, Christopher Barnett here, back at you with another YouTube video. So today's vlog is going to be kind of a bittersweet one. It is move out day, unofficially here at UCSB, at least for me. So first and foremost, I'll take you through my morning. I just finished up with my Math 4B final. I feel fairly confident with it. I think I did get in the A range, so that's pretty good. Just waiting for my dad here right now, by the way. This way. He can't hear me, he's in the car, but meeting him over here in the back so we can unload some stuff. But as you guys may or may not know, Chancellor Yang recently announced that UCSB is going to be transitioning to remote instruction for the entirety of spring quarter. Hold on. And honestly, if we're doing remote instruction, you know, there's really no point for us to stay on campus. We're also highly urged and recommended to actually move away from campus. So that's what a lot of us are doing. And really, there's no point for me to do it because number one, again, remote instruction. And number two, none of my friends are staying, so no one's gonna be here, so it's gonna be very boring. It's been very dead lately, so yeah, so this is gonna be kind of a hectic video. I'm gonna be in and out of recording, doing a lot of lifting, a lot of you know, taking out things, unloading things, and putting them in my truck. May have to make 2 trips, but yeah, I'll catch you guys in just a little bit. I'm gonna be in and out of recording, so I'll catch you guys when I catch you guys. As you can see, guys, Justin's asleep right now, but Rohit's moving out right now. This is all my stuff, my fridge, bags and stuff, foam roll, pad, mat that is. Yeah, everything is getting moved out. Absolutely crazy. We weren't really expecting this, but it is what it is. It's move out day. First things first, got to take out this refrigerator, so I'm gonna have to set the camera down. We got the fridge out, we got 2 boxes out, we got a luggage out, and we just got this 1 more box and then a couple more items, and then we're off to go all the way back home. This is absolutely insane. Last box done, out of the way. We got just a couple more items, and then it's back to home.
We'll go put our milk. He'll have to come back in.
Justin's still asleep right now. Mr. Bob. Hey, buddy.
Whoa. Okay, so.
Wait, look at the camera.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
we had to wake you up because you would have woken up and then we would have been.
And then open an empty room.
Yeah.
Where'd everyone go?
Yeah, nobody, no one would have said goodbye or anything. You know, I bet my dad's making small talk with your dad right now. Rohit?
Yeah.
All right, toodles.
I'll see y'all.
Bye. We live kind of close to each other, so I'll probably see him in the next 6 months.
Yeah, the bed thing. Oh, okay. Cool. Check all your drawers.
That's my dad.
Yes, I did.
It's my dad making sure Rohit has everything.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Peace out, Rohit. See you later. All right, so I am taking off. This is gonna be a goodbye. Justin, goodbye. I won't be seeing Justin for maybe, I don't know if you can see me, but that's Justin right there in case you guys don't know. And yeah, peace out. Justin,
Yeah.
keep your powder dry. Toodles.
Bye.
Goodbye. 6 months. Bye.
6 months from then.
All right, toodles. Oh wait, do you want me to close the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So we already have everything in the truck right now. Last thing we got to do: drop off our PO box keys in the UCSB, and then we got to drop off our keys in the residence hall. Yeah, it is absolutely dead around campus. Almost lifeless. It's kind of sad, but hopefully it'll be a little bit more vibrant and lively come September. Every other table has like this paper on the table that says please practice social distancing, and like they so like it's kind of really awkward because like there's only they like severely limited the amount of people in there. So you can like sit, so like there's this one table, right? You know the long table, right? Yeah. There's like one table and you can have 1 chair on each side, and then that's it for that little table. And then the next table is completely empty because it has to be every other table. I know, it's super weird. So yeah. My goodness, it's super quiet in here. Super quiet. This is the hub. Bad boy right here. So we just turned in our PO box keys. Just came out here just to get a little bit of sunlight to show you guys one last time the lagoon over here. There we go. One of the gems here on campus. Same with the beach, same with the Stark Tower. These are a lot of gems that we have here. Also in this video, doing a Q&A later today, so I'm gonna have that later in the video, so stay tuned for that towards the end of the video. One thing we gotta turn in, and that's gonna be the E key and the room key. So that's what we're doing right now. Rohit, toodles, bye. All right, this is the official goodbye to Anna Capel Hall. walking out the front doors right now for the last time. We're gonna come back next week to pick up the bikes, of course, but I'm not gonna be in there anymore. So there it is, Anacapa Hall. It's been awesome. It's been a great ride, and next year I'm gonna see you at Manzanita. So I'm gonna be on my way home right now, and then we'll do the Q&A later tonight. More fitness related, weight training related, bodybuilding related answers to a lot of questions. So and yeah, it's been a great experience. On to the next. Alright guys, this is my room. My dad did a little bit of decorating, thanks to him. TV, some old trophies. I probably showed you guys these before, but yeah, this is my bed. This is going to be the setup for the next 6 months. This is going to be my room. Oh yeah, this is like one of my favorite pictures, I guess. I've had this since I was a little kid. Right, Dad? Yep. Yep. Yeah, this is the room. I've already shown I've shown them that, but I got a cool wolf over here. Super cool. I don't know if you guys can see it, but when you look at it, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has like every time you look at it, yeah, it looks back at you, something like that. Yeah, it's one of those like little pictures where everywhere you stand, it looks like it's looking at you. I think those are super cool, super cool. Oh yeah, we also got this right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Arnold Schwarzenegger's The New Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. Of course, that's a classic. Definitely recommend that as a book. Now, the training and information is obviously not quite up to date, but it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. How can you not listen to his advice? So, yeah, I got a lot of unpacking to do, a lot of unloading, putting everything back in the drawers and everything.
Not to mention all the chores I've got for you to do.
Not to mention all the chores that he has for me as well. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and start our Q&A. All right, guys, so I am going to start the Q&A now. I just screenshotted a bunch from like right here. But yeah, I'm just going to answer these questions, kind of just scroll through these screenshots and see what we got. Okay. Okay, this is a good one. This one I like. As you can see when I'm smiling, you can tell there's something stupid there. All right, first good one. What are your current fitness goals? Okay, so for me, I kind of categorize my fitness goals in a number of ways. Body weight wise, my kind of body weight goal before I do prep is maybe 185, 190 pounds. Originally it was 200 pounds, but I think right now that's not really attainable, especially because I'm going to be taking a few weeks off from the actual gym training just because of the whole coronavirus pandemic thing that's going on, and it could last even longer than that, so who knows. But so in terms of body weight, I do want to try to weigh 185 to 190 at the peak of this kind of off-season bulk type thing that I'm doing. In terms of what else? In terms of like weak point training, the things that I really want to bring up are my biceps, legs, obviously, calves, especially, general arm size, and those are like my main kind of weak points. Like in terms of my biceps, I will say in terms of competition, as you guys may or may not already know, I do plan on competing at least once this year, sometime this year. Again, NPC Muscle Contest did remove vaulting classes, so if I did want to compete with them, I'm going to have to compete in a novice class, and so, yeah, probably a novice category with potentially 20-plus-year-olds, and honestly, I really don't think that's that fair for me at 19, so, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, I did turn 19, actually, just a couple days ago, actually, I turned 19. Yeah, honestly, it's unbelievable. It really doesn't feel like I'm 19 years old, but I am. So, anyways, I do plan on competing this year, but if I am going to compete, I actually am strongly considering competing in a natural show, simply because now I'm going to have to compete with the big dogs, the adults, quote unquote, and I honestly think it's going to be unfair for me if I compete with enhanced, 20-plus-year-olds. An enhanced 20-plus-year-old who works really, really hard is probably 9 times out of 10 going to be a natural, hard worker who's 19 years old. So, not quite fair for me at the moment. So I'm probably going to try to stick with a natural show. Classic physique, of course, that's my category, my favorite division. Obviously the goal is going to be take first place, take home her first place trophy. I'm kind of setting my sights on either like August or September, sometime right before the start of fall quarter for 2020, simply because I don't want my show to align with my school. I would like to improve a lot of my mobility as well in terms of fitness, as well as my core strength. These are things that I'm kind of lacking in right now and I want to bring up. So mobility, stabilization, core strength. And I kind of want to resolve this little pain, injury, non-injury thing that I'm going through right now, which is in like my groin region / low abdominal region. Still don't know what it is. Nobody can tell me what it is. So I'm just playing things by ear. The next question, when's the next video? Now I saw this question. So I saw this question. I don't even know how to respond to this. Whenever you guys see this video, this is going to be the next video. Make sure you stay tuned for this video that you're watching right now. How do I warm up before workouts? So, warm up. So because I'm kind of more at a more intermediate advanced stage in terms of my training, I stick to more active, it's kind of like active stretching as well as a little bit of dynamic kind of warm-ups. So what I mean by this is I mean like I don't really do a lot of static stretching for my warm-ups. I do a little bit now and then, and I do a little bit of myofascial release. And all myofascial release is when, say for example, you take a foam roller and you kind of roll at your quads and you find a tight spot and you hold that tight spot for 30 seconds to alleviate that pressure and tension built up by the fascia there. That's what myofascial release is. And I do that on occasion. I actually prefer to do it more so toward the end of the workout for recovery purposes. That's what I do after my workouts. But in terms of my warm-ups, I do a lot of active, kind of isolated stretches. Things like toe touches, hold 1-2 seconds up. Toe touches, hold 1-2 seconds up. If I'm doing, say, squats for one day, I might do like a lot of mobility work for my hips and my ankles. Same thing with bench press. I'm going to do a lot of mobility work before I get into the heavy shoulder presses, or sorry, heavy bench press, shoulder press, whichever kind of press. Especially you definitely need to warm up your rotator cuffs and your just deltoid overall. You want to make sure your arm is nice, your shoulder is nice and lubricated, nice and warmed up, so you don't strain your shoulder doing any kind of heavy press. Again, I'm probably missing a couple of things here. I'm just answering this off the fly. You really want to focus on, for your warm-ups, really focus on kind of active kind of warm-up. I do prefer to kind of elevate my heart a little bit too beforehand, and then after that I would go into like as I said, that active stretching type of thing, and then I would also do a little bit of dynamic work, working into different ranges of motion, and range of motion is super critical during your warm-ups because it's going to affect how you go about the rest of your workout, how deep you can get in your squats, how deep you can make your shoulder go down for your press movements. All this stuff, all this mobility work, it's very important, and you're really going to want to focus on that during your warm-up. That's my opinion, my advice, and it's what I work on. And again, I also would say warm-up sets are part of my warm-ups also, and I think I covered most bases. Probably forgetting something that I'll probably mention in a later video, but yeah, that's my answer for that question. Favorite Goku training scenes and fights? So if you guys don't know, I love Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. These are like one of my favorite, my favorite shows of all time. One of my favorites. Goku, one of my favorite characters of all time. Another fitness goal, to become a Super Saiyan. That's the ultimate fitness goal of all time. Just is what it is. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So favorite Goku training scenes and fights. I would say any of them involving like the heavy gravity, like kind of training on the way to Namek in the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z when he was on his way to fight Frieza during that Frieza Namek saga. Those were some good training scenes, and I like them because it really showed how the amount of hard effort and work he put in at the start. Because toward the end, toward like Dragon Ball Super and the end of Dragon Ball Z, it doesn't really show kind of how hard they're really working. It just kind of seems like it's second nature to them. I don't know, that's just kind of how I see it. Wow, it just got really sunny out of nowhere. Favorite fights? Definitely the Frieza versus Goku fight. Perhaps one of my favorite sagas in all of Dragon Ball Z. Definitely did like the Goku Black saga as well. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was very interesting. I didn't like the fact that the bad guy was... Actually, not going to reveal it in case you guys didn't see. The next question is, how's your day? Your feet is nice. Okay. Oh yeah. Making sure that doesn't say feet. That'd be very weird. Anyways, Yeah, thank you. First off, thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. If you guys don't know what my feed's like, check me out at CP317 Fitness. It's always in my intros. At CP317 Fitness, hit that follow button. And in terms of how my day is going, it's going pretty well, I'd say. I got everything unloaded from the truck, everything put away, all my clothes, all my stuff. And yeah, I'm just having a chill day. Alright guys, so my camera yesterday kind of died. Internal temp was too high, so I wanted to give it a rest, so I'm recording now. Alright, so let's see. What question do we have next? Have you ever surprisingly noticed an unusual loss of strength? The only time I significantly lost my strength was when I was doing a prep. There was never really a time where there was a significant unusual loss of strength. I mean, if I take like a week off, you know, and I go back into the gym, you know, I have poor nutrition throughout that week, I might feel like a little bit of loss of strength. But honestly, like that comes back really quickly, and it's not really much to worry about. The only significant time of lost strength was during my prep because I was in such a deficit that my body's, you know, my body couldn't recruit as many motor units as it usually does, and I also did lose a little bit of muscle size as I was getting shredded. But yeah, that was the main time, the only really, you know, notable time that I can think of right now. Is it bad to max out each exercise in 1 week, like bench Monday, then deadlift Tuesday, etc.? So, really great question. Glad you asked. Thank you for the question. So I wouldn't say it's bad, but if you were to max out on every lift, I wouldn't recommend really kind of spreading it across the week like that. So usually what I see is like powerlifters, they'll do like a mock meet where they go for a 1 rep max on deadlift, or sorry, they do, what do they do first? On squat, bench, and then deadlift. That's the order in which powerlifting, you know, movements go. Squat, bench, deadlift. They'll usually do a mock meet, in a sense, that's what it's called, on like one single training session. I wouldn't personally recommend splitting it up throughout the week because you want to, because you're already, this is kind of my philosophy. This is not really like hardcore, you know, scientific principles, but my reasoning is like you're going to be, so if you go for a max bench on Monday and do like a full upper body chest workout or whatever, you're going to be fatigued. Your central nervous system will be fatigued and it's going to need to recover. And it's really not optimal for you to, you know, go for a max bench and then like a workout after. And then like you say that you do that on Monday and then go for like a max squat or whatever, a deadlift in like 2 days from then. I wouldn't recommend doing that. You kind of want to do it all in one go. In my opinion, that's how I would do it. Now, that's not to say that, you know, 1 week you could pick one muscle group to max out on, and then another week you could pick another muscle group to max out on. That's certainly okay because that's probably going to be enough muscular recovery time. Now, just, I don't want you to misunderstand me. I don't mean every single week you need to pick one thing you need to max out on. I don't recommend going for 1 rep maxes every week. Very bad idea. Not good for your central nervous system, your joints. You will encounter recovery issues. And honestly, I think that's how I ended up injuring myself because I kept going through for a squat 1 rep max literally like once every week. And it honestly caught up with me. All right, so what does your workout plan look like right now? So very good question. So as you guys may know, actually you guys will know, should know at least. If you don't know, then you're very uneducated, ill-informed, and you need to know. Coronavirus pandemic, widespread across the entirety of the world. It's causing kind of this little bit of a panic. And basically what's going on is gyms all across basically the world are shutting down temporarily for who knows how long. Could be weeks, could be months. We're playing everything by ear. Because all of that, I really don't have access to weights right now. It kind of sucks. The bodybuilding community especially has been really impacted by this. Shows are getting canceled. Fitness expos are getting canceled. Gyms, obviously, as I mentioned, are being shut down temporarily. And I really feel bad for the competitors especially because bodybuilding competitively, it's not really the healthiest of sports. Because when you compete at that level, like don't get me wrong, I'm a natural and like I've only done one show. I'm just saying that at that competitive elite level, these competitors put their bodies through a lot of stuff. It's a very taxing on the human body, on their health, and just to like cancel the shows, postpone the shows, it really sucks for them because they've been putting their body through all this for essentially nothing. Just, I feel bad, I feel for them. But anyways, to answer your question, what am I doing right now, my workout plan? Honestly, I'm playing everything by ear. Honestly, just gonna stick to bodyweight workouts. I might do full bodyweight workouts. I might do a little bit of cardio at home, just to keep my, immune system strong, cardiorespiratory health strong, and all of that. And I'm also gonna be really focusing on mobility work as well as core strength and stabilization. How do you cut, and are there any specific foods you recommend? So, how to cut. Very good question. Kind of I wouldn't say a loaded question, but there's a lot that goes into cutting. Here's a couple of my personal recommendations. First and foremost, if you're cutting, you're going to want to be in a caloric deficit. My personal recommendation is 200 to 400 calories below maintenance level. That's honestly the most important thing to cutting and losing weight, that caloric deficit. In addition to that, I would definitely recommend obviously still going heavy and hard as you possibly can with your weight training, but I would incorporate a little bit more cardio to burn more calories. And when I was training for my show, I did a lot of high intensity Stairmaster. That's what I was personally doing post workout. Not to say that that's the best method or the only method. There's also fasted cardio, running, bicycles, HIIT cardio, and all these other things. I don't know which way is the best. That's what worked for me, at least for when I was shredding for my show, but something else might work for you better. So those are some of my tips in terms of foods. Everything's really going to stay pretty similar to when you're bulking. Keep it all healthy, keep it clean, for the most part. Good rice, good source of carbs would be jasmine rice, cream of wheat, oats, things like that. Obviously you want to have a lot of fruits and veg. Try to keep sugar not too high. I wouldn't say you want to have excessive sugar. Protein definitely high, and the reason you want to have protein high, in fact higher than your normal bulk, is because you want to kind of counteract that muscular catabolism process, because if you eat more protein during your fat loss, weight loss, cutting phase, you're going to slow down that muscular atrophy kind of during that process. Otherwise, if you don't have enough protein, then a lot of that weight you're going to lose is going to be muscle. That's just how your body works. In addition to that, for fats, olive oil, avocado, a little bit of peanut butter. I would go with like natural peanut butter. That's what I would go with. And yeah, those are just a few recommendations for now, but to keep this video timely, I'm going to move on to the next question. What training do you recommend during quarantine? Okay, so honestly, do whatever you can. Don't just think that, okay, I'm in quarantine, I'm not going to do anything, I'll just take this as I'll just recover for the next 2 weeks or whatever, or 1 to 2 weeks, or however long, and just sit around doing nothing. That's very, very wrong. First off, when you are taking a rest day, or even a rest week or recovery phase, unless you're injured and you can't actually move, then you want to kind of pursue kind of an active recovery. What this means is you want to get blood flow, you want to work on things like correcting muscular imbalances, stretching, mobility work, stabilization. These are the things that you need to be working on during this quarantine phase. Now, I would definitely recommend doing that. If you do have access to weights and training, equipment, then obviously use that and do what you can with it, and use your body weight, of course. Just do anything that you possibly can to stay active. If you can't make gains, try to maintain them as much as possible. If you want to lose all your gains and then have to continue, restart over and build it all back up, sure, it might not be super long for you to build back up, but it's gonna definitely be longer than if you were to just maintain from the start. So definitely go for maintenance. If you can go for growth still, do that. Do what you can, keep yourself healthy, and stay active. Next question. What is your height and weight right now? So I am 5'7" without shoes. Technically it's like 5'7.5". I just say 5'7" just to make it easy. Yeah, I don't personally consider my height with shoes. I kind of find it a pet peeve of mine when people give me when I ask them for their height, and then they give me, and they measure their height, but the height that they measured is with them wearing shoes. Shoes add up like half an inch sometimes to upwards of an inch. I don't consider that part of my height. Similarly, if I'm weighing myself, I don't consider me with a bunch of baggy clothing on and I step on a scale. I don't consider that my weight because I have all this baggy clothing on, heavy stuff, things in my pockets. I weigh myself under the same conditions in the same scenario, without clothes. I'll have underwear on, but that's the weight of that is negligent. So Height 5'7" without shoes, and without clothes, maybe just underwear on, I am about 175 right now. Unfortunately, I did lose a little bit of weight. My highest weight was 189 over last winter break, but I have been losing weight a little bit, unfortunately, because of finals week, this whole corona thing. Haven't been able to get as much food as I need, and it's also really hard to burn calories at UCSB because you're biking everywhere. What's the craziest thing you've done in the name of love? Okay. I'm not sure if this is the craziest thing. It's definitely one of the craziest things, but I actually wrote this entire extensive, like very emotionally compelling poem. It was like 1 to 2 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes long, and it was back in junior year. I wrote it for this girl that I had a crush on, and yeah, she ended up being my girlfriend for a while. I wrote this entire poem, and I memorized it, and I had all these hand gestures, and I delivered that poem as a part of one of my slam poems for AP English language. It was just an assignment where we had to come up with a slam poem and deliver it to the class, and that's what I did. It's kind of out there. I recorded the video. I'm not going to show it to you guys, but it was a very sweet thing, I think, but like, maybe it's not something I would necessarily do right now as a 19-year-old. I mean, I was like 17 at the time. But yeah, I mean, it was the thought that counted, that I, you know, I like someone enough to write a poem about them and deliver it to the class, even though the class is like, what the heck? Who is this person? I don't know who this person is. What is your favorite TV show? So I have a number of favorite TV shows that I'm going to include. First and foremost, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z and Super fan. Love Goku, Vegeta, the whole Dragon Ball clan. In addition to that, another one of my favorite shows is called Boston Legal. It's kind of a comedy drama type of thing. And it's about a lot of these court cases and stuff, and sometimes they're funny, and sometimes they're really serious and make you think and make you consider, you know, maybe I should think a different way, or maybe I should listen to the other point of view. It's very intellectually stimulating. And that's it. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this Q&A move out vlog, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, comment down below if you want. And we will be doing more Q&As in the future, more vlogs, of course. And hopefully when we do come back to UCSB come September, fall 2020, we will be doing way more UCSB vlogs. So please stay tuned for that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.